The end of 2024 is here, and man, what a crazy year it's been. From flying to the moon in rocket racing, to slaying all the ladies in LA, to destroying a talking robotic upgrade machine in Russia, or taking on my old guild in the War Within, to racing in space with no grip at all, or cruising the streets of Honolulu. 2024 has been one of, if not the best years this channel has ever seen. And I want to sit down and talk about how everything's been, why I've made the decisions I've made this year, and what 2025 has in store for all of you. Grab a seat, and let's begin. When we first started 2024, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I had a vague idea of where my editing stood at the time, where my content was heading, and how I wanted to run this year. Of course, by the time June rolled around, I wanted a change. This was why my editing took such a drastic change during the summer. I grew to hate my crazy editing simply because it was starting to take hold of me. I would come home from work, realizing that I had to spend the rest of my night editing to make even a small dent into a video, whereas today, I could almost finish a video in that same time. I came to realize how funny and entertaining of a person I was, and that's really thanks to my friends. They've helped me see who I really am and how I can improve the things I do. I realized that I didn't need over-the-top editing to make a video funny. I realized this was also probably turning people away from these videos, and I would like to think that that's the reason why even after nearly 3 years since hitting 1,000 subscribers, we're only about 60% of the way to 2,000. I started putting more love into these videos too, focusing more on the music, the scripts, and how they're connected with the footage and music as a piece. It kind of felt like I was a filmmaker working for a big company to put together a big piece of media. I guess it shows how much I like doing this, huh? I've learned a lot about YouTube this year as well, and how I want to perfect my content in ways I never intended to 12 months ago. And quite frankly, all of these changes are welcomed ones, and I'm glad I made these changes. I've also learned a lot about myself this year, and ways that I can improve. I have more friends now than I have ever had in the last 10 years. Some I can hang out with on the regular, and have a blast doing so, like Sienna or Nick. And others, while I can't hang out with them too much due to school and other activities, like Sabina or Maya, I really wish I could, because I know we'd have so much fun doing so. I've had my ups and downs this year, through having some tough times with work schedules, most notably being both a closing and mid-shift manager, lots of late nights finishing videos to target my set deadlines, falling in love a whopping 3 times, all 3 of which didn't go through with me getting the girl. Sad to say, I know. Being promoted to become a manager during the summer, that's pretty cool. Buying my first car so I can obtain more Riz to use with the ladies, that's fucking insane. The list could go on. My point is, this year has been the most hectic, calming, stressful, and downright fun year of my life. And it's really all thanks to my friends and my boost in confidence. Without them, I don't think I would be in the position that I'm in now. Being able to text somebody and being able to play video games with them, being able to talk about something I'm working on and express my creative vision to others and for them to like it, to laugh and joke about whatever comes to mind and feel like I'm a teenager again, to ask for help with something I'm struggling with and to have feedback and guidance. It's awesome. I'm pretty sure I said this in the last update video, but I don't want this feeling to go away. I'm happy right now, and at this point, all I want is to keep moving forward, not backwards. Which leads me into our next segment. 2025 is a rather important year for the channel. As of right now, we are just 19 months away from the channel celebrating its 10th anniversary. It's a wild statement to say. And because of this, I want the lead up to that day to be quite important and for it to leave a rather large impact. And 2025 is going to be the kickstarter to all of this. So let's now begin to touch on some of the things that you can expect to see, either in the next few weeks as we transition into January and February, and some of the first videos you'll see in the first few months of next year. Firstly, I do plan to keep my promise on making content with my friends. I said I wanted to do this in the last update, and I never really got around to doing it. I almost did this with my video on Shadow Generations a few months ago, as its first draft was meant to include Snapcube-like fandub sections with characters voiced by the likes of Maya, Nick, Sabina, and myself. But unfortunately, due to how the video ended up being structured, I decided to scrap this idea. But I'm still holding on to this idea for a future project, a project of which that you'll see later next year. My ultimate goal is to make at least 1 or 2 videos with everybody in my contact list throughout next year. What kinds of videos these might be exactly, you'll just have to wait and see. A good few of these videos are already being cooked up right now, and a few of them are already even in editing right now, so some of them you'll be seeing within the next few weeks. You've also seen my editing take a massive shift in the last few months, and this is staying moving forward. Gone are the days of crazy editing and spending 2 weeks just editing 1 video. I know it's a little sad to see my older self go, but this new approach is clearly working, so it's staying. I also wanted to touch on streaming. I mentioned this in the last update that I wanted to try and get into it a little more frequently. This is still the case, and I'm working on ways to make it better so I can stream more reliably in the future. This is something that probably isn't going to happen immediately, but this is more of a long-term goal rather than a short-term one, and I do hope to do another Twitch stream sometime in the next few months, but this is still fairly uncertain. Gamebox and Forza Veteran, being the primary series on the channel, are seeing no major changes. I feel that at the moment, how these videos are laid out and scheduled are right where I want them to be. Long and short form content is working out exactly how I intend them to, and they're not changing anytime soon. Panda Starter Pack will also be getting a refresh going into next year. If you're unaware as to what this is a playlist devoted to new subscribers, allowing them to see what my channel is all about through a small stream of videos. I usually refresh the playlist about once or twice a year, and with this year now ending, it makes sense to do the same. The Dragonflight and Embers of Notherian Experience, Atomic Heart, Minecraft Legends, and Ghostwire Tokyo videos will be retired from the playlist, and will be replaced with newer videos from this year to add some flavor. And the last big thing I'm going to touch on in this update is probably going to be the first significant video of next year. Yes, there's going to be other videos that are probably going to be coming out before this particular video, like some videos with my friends, and including the first pair of Gamebox videos for next year, that being on Indiana Jones and the Great Circle and Marvel's Rivals. But this is the first big video, akin to the War Within Experience, Five Nights at Freddy's, or the original Dead Island 2 video from this year. That video is going to be covering the entirety of Elden Ring. I've been wanting to make a video on a Souls game for years, and I have a perfect reason to do it now. That reason is something I'm going to keep a secret for now, but just know that it's the story of two men battling out to see who's got the bigger cock. This video is going to be covering the entire base game and its DLC, Shadow of the Erdtree, so it's going to be a long video. As of right now, I'm not too certain on any release dates for this video, but rest assured that it's going to be out before winter ends, that being late March. So stay subscribed so you don't miss out on it. Otherwise, that's pretty much everything I wanted to tell you about. There's no changes to editing, there's no changes to branding, there's no changes to how the content is posted either, nor really how it's being made. This is just me saying, hey, we made it through another great year, and here's what to look forward to for the next one. I have a good slate of stuff planned for 2025, and I can't wait for you all to see what's next. There's quite a few things that I'm not talking about in this update, mostly because I want to keep some things a secret and surprise all of you with them. There are some special surprises cooked up for next year, and you don't want to miss them. As always, make sure to stay updated with everything regarding my videos and upcoming projects by visiting the community tab here on YouTube, and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on what's coming in the near future. Regardless, my name is Panda Power Sauce. Thank you so much for watching this end of year update video, and I'll see you in a few weeks to kick off 2025. Bye-bye.